You wouldn't believe it. Jerome was 10 cm taller than me, but easy for Vincent. If too tall, Hal reject like screws. Nothing stops his astronaut dream, not even recovery. Jerome asked him why he was so eager to join NASA, and Vincent said the shooting rockets felt just like his unyielding heart. Today was finally his interview day. He was as excited as a kid waiting for Santa Claus. He pulled out the urine bag Jerome prepped, so thoughtful, strapping it to his thigh like a time-traveling ninja. Then, as a mad scientist, he injected blood into the paper model, stuck it on his finger. Like a fearless hero, he strolled into NASA, casually pressing the genetic tester. Like fireworks, with a drop of blood, the excellent genetics test went through, and Vincent skyrocketed, riding on his perfect genes and a treasure trove of aerospace knowledge. Vincent became the top astronaut candidate, but excellence often provokes jealousy. Is it a crime to be the best? To keep his identity secret, Vincent had to clean the keyboard, sprinkle Jerome's flakes, and wrap her hair and comb the perfect house husband. To handle surprise inspections, he scrubbed his body spotless, every shout aiming for perfection. Meanwhile, Jerome prepped blood, urine, and hair for Vincent every day like rehearsing for a spectacular show. Vincent quickly became the chief pilot, and just before space, a supervisor was murdered. What a bad twist. It should have been good news, but the supervisor opposed the plan and nearly uncovered his disguise, a frustrating double-edged sword. But who would thought the sheriff in charge of the investigation was his own brother? Talk about a jaw-dropper. Even worse, his fallen eyelash scattered at the crime scene so dramatic. Genetic testing revealed the lash belonged to a flawed janitor who worked here years ago, and it even hinted at violent tendencies. Talk about the suspense movie plot twist. So, Vincent became the prime suspect. The police showed the NASA director Vincent's old photo. Luckily, the supervisor didn't recognize Vincent. He didn't know he was in trouble, exercising on the treadmill like a fitness expert. Upon hearing his brother's suspicions, his heart rate surged, going out of control, thinking, oh no, my cover is blown. Overdoing it on cardio, paired with the nose, almost knocked him out. Panicking, Vincent sprinted down the stairs, clumsily handing a paper cup to the jet. Unexpectedly, that cup pointed the finger back. To ease his nerves, he fled to the launch site. He met Erin aiding the police, and surprisingly she apologized first. What a twist. Turns out she suspected Vincent and sneaked off with a hair sample. She discovered his genes were absolutely perfect, like something out of a magic show. Erin, a genetically modified person, got heart disease. Bad luck. She could only be a backup astronaut. What a tragedy. Do you still care about me? Sorry, the wind's too loud. What a terrible pickup line. The next day at work, Vincent noticed his picture was all over the place. Even if it was an old photo, he still felt a pang of anxiety. So, he decided to flush all his urine down the toilet and never use it again. However, due to his cowardice, Jerome unleashed a fierce rebuke upon him, leading to a dramatic turn of events, as Jerome subsequently confessed the long-held secret. Truly, it was like witnessing a major plot twist. Turns out, his accident was no accident, but a suicide attempt, because he had the perfect genes and body. No wonder he was carrying such high expectations. He wasn't satisfied with just a silver medal, but now Vincent was using his identity to achieve even more. What an unexpected. After hearing Jerome, Vincent felt empowered as a gene owner, vowing to stop worrying about his secrets. After listening to Jerome, Vincent regained his confidence and decided to go all in time to break his work record. During this time, his bond with Erin grew deeper. They attended a concert together, just like a couple in a romantic movie. With the elegant music filling the air, their hearts intertwined, feeling like a balloon ready to float away. As they prepared to return, the detectives grilled suspects like a mystery film's climax. Vincent quickly made up an excuse, claiming he was a germaphobe, didn't want to hand them a contaminated baby. After some creative storytelling, he managed to switch to a blood test. Phew, that was a close one. Just when he thought he could go home and chill, Erin wanted to catch the sunrise. Shouldn't we rest a bit? Erin numbly crossed the road, but without his contacts, Vincent could only see a blur. It was like a blind man chasing a beauty. He mustered courage to charge ahead. Erin noticed Vincent's oddity, but ignored it, blinded. The next day, the detective returned for evidence, taking Vincent's cup. What a clever move. The cop speculated that the janitor was still at NASA, just under a new identity. To catch the culprit, they launched a surprise inspection. What seemed like a flawless plan turned out to be a comedy of errors. When it was Vincent's turn, he calmly took a seat. Having blood ready to go, he pretended to wince at the needle, feeling like a real actor at that moment. He swapped the blood as if performing an incredible magic trick, and amazingly, not a single person in the audience detected anything unusual. Vincent once again dodged suspicion, but the sheriff thought things weren't that simple, thinking him not falling for your tricks. Finally, his brother stopped the sheriff, and Vincent sighed in relief. Their date continued, feeling like a trip back to... As lips curved up, the brother suddenly barged in. Vincent grabbed Erin and fled, a real uninvited guest. To his surprise, the cops were already at the back door. Realizing his identity was about to be exposed, he swatted at the cops and dragged Erin away just like in the movies. Reaching his breaking point, his brother couldn't hold back anymore and shouted out his name. At that moment, Erin finally comprehended that this man standing in front of her was indeed the shameless gene-stealing scoundrel. But now she was neck-deep in love, so she hid it from Vincent. Using the clues from the last surprise inspection, his brother pointed the finger at Erin, so Erin took him to Jerome's to investigate. Vincent notified Jerome what a cliffhanger.